Hey, what's up, Facebook? Melissa West here. Super excited for today. Hopefully you are joining me live because I just love the energy of being here live. But if not, if you were catching the replay, give me #replay. Let me know that you're here. If any other questions come up because you're not live, please type them in. Happy to still connect with you even afterward. So as you're joining, as you're popping on and connecting with me, please comment below. Let me know that you're here. I want to know who's all with me today. Ooh, we have a couple already. All right, it looks like, hey, Busy. Great to see you. Who else is out there? Just comment below so I know you're there. Super excited for today. Today is a training lesson or, free training that really I use every single day with my clients. Hey, Gail. There's not a day that doesn't go by that I don't use what I'm about to share with you. And who else is out there? Oh, hey, Annie. Hey, Marella. Hey, David. Great to see you guys. Thanks for jumping on. Like I said, what I'm about to share with you today is something that I use every single day in my own life, as well as with my clients. To me, it's foundational. Without it, there's chaos. Without it, life and business is extremely expensive, extremely time consuming, extremely exhausting, stressful, overwhelming, burnt out. I mean, you name all the things that we're trying to get away from. That's what life and business really is without what I'm about to share with you today. So I'm really excited to share it with you. As most of you know, I've been in business. I've been a professional coach, speaker, trainer for nearly 10 years. I'll be celebrating my 11th year of business come August. 11 years, wow. So in these 10 years, almost 11, it's hard to look back because I've changed so much. It's hard to even recognize the person that I was 10 years ago. And, I look back in that, and it's such an amazing journey, such an eye-opening journey. But man, I came from the corporate IT world. I was my degree was in information technology. I sat behind a desk most days, just analyzing web logs, working with people with their web applications, monitoring our servers. For me, right? For you, that might be great, and that's totally cool. But I just wasn't in the right place. And I knew that I needed to make a change. I knew that this isn't what my true calling, my true purpose wasn't being a web administrator. But the idea and the calling, that tug, that calling that there was something more, I didn't know what it was. I just knew that there was something more, something else for me and in store for me. But it was really hard to listen to it because my job was pretty good. I worked for a pretty awesome company, got paid really well. Life was good. I mean, it was the type of company that you stay at. Once you're in, you stay at and you retire from, those kinds of companies that are really, really good. They have great benefits. They're good to their people. Yeah, that's where I was. And so it was really hard to even think about leaving, to even entertain the idea of doing something else. But I couldn't deny, I couldn't ignore this stirring, this call that was in my heart and soul that was just tugging at me to step out. And as scary, oh, hey, Rachel, thanks for joining. As scary as that was, and let me tell you, it was extremely scary. I knew I had to do it. And so I got the certain puzzle pieces in place that allowed me to really create a blueprint for what my specific success that I was looking to create, what that looked like. I started to get my ducks in a row and put one foot in front of the other. And honestly, before I could even put one foot in front of the other, I had to make a bet on me that I was going to do this. And again, scary, never having ever done any of this before, scary. So, it took a lot, but I was determined to discover what my true purpose was, really what this calling was, what was this stirring that was happening inside, and willing to answer the call. And thankfully, thankfully, like I said, I've now been on this journey for over 10 years and have really been living my dream and living beyond my dream. The things that I've gotten to experience, the people I've been able to meet, the people I've been able to impact, truly, truly, I'm forever grateful for. And I don't say that to impress you, but rather to impress upon you that wherever you are in your life, even if it's really good or even if it's really bad, that if there's a part of you that is being called, is being tugged, that's being pulled and drawn towards something that is more meaningful, more purposeful to you, you got to answer the call. You got to answer the call, because otherwise the alternative is what I would say is living a lifeless life. You're the walking dead. Oh, who wants that? Not only who wants that for themselves, but who wants to be around that? Do you want to be that person that when you are coming, that people are like, oh, she's coming or he's coming, run. Like, So today's lesson about discovering and the 5 steps to creating a blueprint for your success as well as for your client success. This is about you being the light in the world, for you living your truth, living your purpose, and being that example that not only you get to live your dreams and beyond, but you get to be that example and help others do the same. Now, when I'll say live your dreams and live beyond your dreams, it's not all puppies and sunshine, right? It's not all easy peasy, easy breezy. Like that, then that takes away the life component of life. So, but when life happens and life throws you those curveballs and those tomatoes, that you truly, truly are able to still navigate through life with a sense of purpose, with a greater sense of purpose and a greater vision. It doesn't take away the heartbreak. It doesn't take away the stress. However, it truly does make the journey that much more meaningful and that much more worth it. When you are already hating life and life throws you some tomatoes, you just hate life more. And I don't really think that we want more people like that on this planet. I think we need less of that, not more of that. So see a couple more of you jumping on. Hey, Suzanne, great to have you here. So sorry, I just was going to pull that up on my screen here so that in case sometimes the comments, I don't see them as quickly as I would like. So I'm pulling it up on my phone here too. Okay, thanks. All right, so let's jump in, because here's what I think most people ask me, and they maybe ask you as well if you are living your dream, is they ask, how did you do it? Or how are you doing it? Or you, like me, I see a lot of my clients or potential clients, there may not be my clients, but I see a lot of people out there, a lot of coaches, specifically coaches and trainers that are out there who are struggling. They're struggling to build their business. They're struggling to really create transformational results with their clients. They're struggling to have the confidence that they think they even can create transformational results for their clients when they haven't done it for themselves. That's a really heavy, tough spot to be in, when we're looking at our life and we're not really an example of what we're telling our clients that we can help them do. That's tough. That's tough. So I hope also that this lesson, this training of creating your own blueprint, as well as helping your clients create a blueprint for success, helps you have that confidence and that integrity that, hey, you're walking your talk, you're talking your walk, that you are being an example of exactly what you're asking your clients to do. So there's lots of great value in implementing what I'm going to share with you today. And like me, I assume like you as well, it's tough to see people who are really struggling to achieve a goal, that are really struggling to create success in their life. It's hard, it's tough, because we see, hopefully you as a coach, as a trainer, we sometimes see what they don't see. We can see their ability, their greatness, their purpose. We can sometimes believe in them more than they believe in themselves. And, most times, every time, all the time, I always see more in my clients than they see in themselves. And one of my challenges is getting them to see what I see. one of my opportunities, I should say, is to help them see what I see. So, creating your own blueprint for success is a way for you to, again, be that example, be that role model. But it also, when you go through the process for yourself and you begin to see your own greatness, you begin to see what I see in you, you begin to see your greater sense of purpose. It's just that great reminder that every single human being on this planet has a purpose, has a greater purpose, that they are here for a higher and greater good. And when we go in, even if somebody's struggling, even if they're in a dark place, even if they're like down in the dumps, lacking belief, that and they're in a messy spot, that we still can breathe belief into them. We still can see their greatness. We can still see their potential. We can still see, and maybe it's not seen, but it's believing in the unseen, right? It might not be at the surface yet, but we know, because of the process we've gone through for ourselves, we know that they have that greater purpose, right? So getting a little into the meat of it, but really that is a big part of what this path looks like, and what a blueprint for success really looks like is having a clearly defined, unique to you blueprint for success. And so let me explain a little bit of what that means and what that looks like. Let me see. Oh, I see a couple of you, more of you jumped on. Hey, Rick. Hey, good to see you. Hey, Rosalind. Great to have you guys on. So I'm going to be sharing this lesson, but as I'm sharing, if there's something that really lands with you, really resonates, type it in the comments. Give me some thumbs up. Give me some hearts. This is Nina taught me this. These are the rolling thumbs up, or even better, the rolling hearts. But sometimes I get in my zone of training, and I need to make sure I'm checking in with you on your comments. And so give me some thumbs up, give me some hearts if what I'm saying is resonating or landing with you. And then, of course, if you're having questions along the way, pop those questions in, because I'll be addressing those as well. All right. So a blueprint, a unique, clearly defined, unique blueprint for success for you. What I see happen also is when we are defining our dream, our goal, we want to build a business, we want to help be a part of a bigger movement and get our message out into the world and create a significant impact and make a significant income, that what tends to happen is, if we don't have a clearly defined, unique, specific to us blueprint for success, that we just tend to look at what everybody else is doing. We just tend to, look at what everybody else is doing. We don't necessarily have the clarity on the exact direction that we're going in. We have so many unanswered questions, and therefore it's too risky. And then even the things that we are doing, they're scattered. It's a scattered strategy. We do a little bit of this, a little bit of that. We try this, we try that. We buy this program, we buy that program. And, but we don't have a very clear, specific, aligned strategy. And what I mean by aligned is it's not aligned with your greater purpose and vision. And that can be a very dangerous place to be. When I talked about earlier about how I use this every day, because the opposite, right? The opposite of not having a clearly defined, specific to you blueprint for success is that you're scattered, and it's expensive. It's time consuming. It's exhausting. It leads to stress and overwhelm and being broke, as well as with our clients too, right? I mean, they too are struggling, and they too have the added stress and the overwhelm. They're spending money and time and energy and not getting where they want to go. So this is the mistake, or the downfall of not having a clearly defined, specific to you blueprint for success. So let's get into what it is. Okay. You're like, okay, I'm fine. I get it. Melissa, tell me what the 5 steps are. So a blueprint for success for your own, you clearly defined, unique to you, is what I would liken to having a blueprint for your dream home. Now, I would imagine that if you were building your dream home, if you were designing your dream home, that it's going to be unique to you and your family, that it's not going to look like any other house on the block. This is not a cookie cutter dream home. It's not like every third house is the exact same as your dream home. Your dream home is unique to you. There's no other home out in there in the world like your home. If it's truly a dream home, it specifically fulfills your purpose, your desire, your needs for yourself and for your family. And so if you were designing this dream home that was clearly defined, unique to you and your family, like, wouldn't you want to plan? Wouldn't you want to have that clear, like a clear vision of what that looks like and a plan to actually build it? Like, I'm going to guess that if you truly were going to sit down and invest in building your dream home, like, you wouldn't just like throw something together. You wouldn't just like go down to your Home Depot and buy some wood and nails and start building in your backyard. Or not maybe in your backyard, but, buy some random plot of land and start building this dream home. And that's what I think a lot of people do with their business. They have an idea. They want this dream business. They kind of have an idea of what it's like, but they really don't have the clarity of what it really looks like, of what the purpose of each room and of each amenity and of each luxury item. They don't really have a clear purpose and a clear vision for that dream home. And then, in business, I see so much, the scattered strategy, a little bit of this, a little bit of that, a little bit of this. And there's no like strategic, purposeful plan that every single step on that plan is in alignment with the greater vision and purpose. But again, you wouldn't build a dream home without having that blueprint and having that plan. You wouldn't build a dream home and build it in the middle of winter and expect everything to go perfectly fine. And even if you build it in the middle of the summer, you can't build it expecting everything to go perfectly fine. There's going to be snowstorms. There's going to be rain. There's going to be tornadoes. I mean, you all are living this all right now. There's going to be, maybe something happens with your crew and somebody's sick for the day and it gets delayed, or, they hit a pipe or something and they got to address, or they hit some big rocks and they have to have those rocks and boulders removed, whatever. Anyone who's built a home or you've even managed a project, it never goes according to plan. Well, you're building your dream home. You incorporate those things. You incorporate the weather, the unexpected challenges and difficulties. Guess what? You do the same for your business too. You do the same, but you have to have an aligned strategic strategy and plan. But then you have to understand, you have to address what are the things that are going to get in your way along the way, and how are you going to handle that? So, okay, I'm getting a little bit. Let me give you these in order. So the first thing, as I've alluded to quite a bit already today, what the first step, and again, this is just foundational to anything and everything. The very, very first step to you creating your blueprint for success and helping your clients create their blueprint for success is purpose. You must have clarity on your purpose. That is the foundation. And here's the mistake that I see happen all the time. Not mistake, but maybe gap is a better word, is that like your coach or your intake session, questionnaire says, what do you want? Why do you want it? What's your purpose? What's your why? And then you're supposed to answer that question. And what I have found is that like 95% of the population doesn't know what their purpose is. And purpose is not a thing. It's not a person. It's not a place. It's not a house. It's not a car. It's not anything like tangible. It's nothing that you can like cross off a list and say, check. That's not purpose. That might be a reason that motivates you to do something, but that is not your purpose. And when I think of purpose, my definition of purpose is truly, what have you been created and designed to be, do, and have? What is in your DNA? It's in your makeup, and you are here to fulfill that. That's not a house. That's not a car. That's not a job. That's not a certain amount of money in the bank. That's not why you've been created and designed to be here on this planet, on this earth, leaving your mark. No. It goes so much deeper than that. there is a part of your DNA that cannot be denied, meaning it must be lived out. And to turn it off or to not live it out is to be the walking dead, is to live a lifeless life. And so number one is we need to be able to identify what is your true purpose, what is in your DNA, what is in your makeup of what have you been created and designed to be, do, and have here on this planet. What is your contribution into this world? What is it? And it's such a deeper question. And the reason why I think that this gets overlooked so much, because one, people answer on the surface, right? Oh, my purpose is my kids. No, really, actually, that could be your why. Your why is just like, a reason that motivates you to do something, but it's not your purpose. So most times people answer at the surface. There's no depth really to their answer. It's because of a certain person, thing, or place or whatever that's their purpose. That's not your purpose. And then because they're answering at the surface, they haven't given them the time and the space, the sacred container to go deeper and find the deeper answer. So therefore, people are going out into the world thinking their purpose is, to get that family vacation, or to get a certain amount of money in the bank, or because of a certain person in their life. And again, those are good reasons, but it's not your purpose. So the first step to really creating a unique, clearly defined blueprint for success is to have your purpose, and it's your true purpose. It's the purpose that's in your DNA, that if I were to tell you you could not do that ever again in your life, that you would be devastated, that the life would be sucked right out of you. And so for me, my purpose is, the shortest way I can say it, I have a purpose statement, but the shortest way that I can say it is to help people believe in themselves. And if that were to be taken away from me, if God parted the clouds and the universe said, Melissa, you can no longer help people believe in themselves, what's the point of life? I would be the walking dead, because it's in my DNA. I can't turn it off. It's who I am. And I've built a business around it, a life around it, a family around it. And to take that away from me, there would be no purpose to my life, literally. And so that's the depth of discovering what your purpose is that it's something that's so you. It's you. It's who you are, not who you want to be, not a certain title or status. It's who you are, who you already are, who you've always been. And when you can clearly define what that is, that, my friends, is the foundation to building your blueprint for success. Making sense? Does that make sense? Give me some thumbs up. Give me some hearts. Oh, yeah. Hey, Heidi. See you jumped on and now you're jumping off. All right. Okay, Gail is saying, yes, this is so, yes, so you. Here, let's see if we can show Gail's comment. There you go. Yes, yes. When you start to listen and resonate with this message, you'll see that there'll be a part of your soul that'll go, yes, this is me. Yes. That's when you know it's your purpose, is when your soul like screams at you and says, yes, this is me. And so when I think of me helping people believe in themselves, like every cell in my body goes, yes, that's it. And that is what we want to discover. And like I said, most times when we answer in a questionnaire, what's your purpose for this? What's your purpose? Or why do you want this? We're really just answering at a surface level. We're really just answering. We're giving some good reasons for what might motivate us, but it's not your true purpose. So that's number one, is getting really clear on who you've been created and designed to be. Number two, the second step then is to clearly define your vision. Now let me tell you what vision is. Many times when people think of vision, they think, okay, what do you want? What do you really, really want? And then create a vision of what does that look like for you to create that. Like, what does that look like? That's your vision, right? No, it's actually, well, it's part of it. That's the second part. The first part is to answer the question of what does it look like for you in this season, in this chapter of your life? What does it look like for you to be an expression of your purpose? Okay, so that means you have to answer number one, what is your true purpose? Then that allows you to answer number two, that then you can say, okay, what does it look like for me to be in alignment, for me to be an expression of my purpose in this season, in this time in my life, this chapter in my life? What does it look like for me to be an expression of my purpose? Because your vision changes. Your vision today does not look like your vision in 20 years or 10 years or even 5 years from now. It changes. But the thing that we want to maintain at all times, regardless of what season or chapter we are in life, is that we're always designing a life that we are an expression of our purpose. We want to be living out our purpose, and we want to create a life, a business, relationships, a family that supports, that is an expression of our purpose. Does that make sense? Give me some thumbs up. Does that make sense? If you have questions along the way, please ask. Okay, good. Okay, more or less saying yes. It makes a lot of sense. Awesome. Okay. So this, so your vision is for you to select, identify this chapter, this season that you're in your life, and then to create and design a life, a business, a family, a relationship that is an expression of your purpose. And then we go to the question of, okay, what does that look like? Tell me the detail. Give me some, give me some specifics. What does your day look like? What does, how much money are you making? How many clients are you working with? What is your niche? That's when we do get to the specifics, but only after we know what our purpose is, so that we make sure what we are designing is an expression of our vision. Of our purpose. Does that make sense? So vision supports purpose. It should always be in alignment with your purpose. Okay. So, and now let me just say too, vision changes, right? Yes, Rachel. Yes. It all comes back to purpose. Yes. That's why that's the foundation. And that's why when we skip that step and we don't really find the depth in that step, we really, really miss out on creating and designing a life that is truly our dream and living beyond our dreams, because we're not really designing it to be in alignment with our DNA, with who we've been created and designed to be. So, okay. So vision is time sensitive. So what that means is that it changes with time. So what your life looks like, what your vision looks like I said, today, versus what it's going to look like in 20 years, it's going to change. So I say that because your purpose is timeless, doesn't change. Your vision is time sensitive, and it does change. So as long as your vision is changing, that's totally fine. It's just to make sure that it's always in alignment with your purpose. That's how you guarantee that you will always have a sense of fulfillment and meaning in your life, which to me, at the end of the day, that's what life is all about, is having a life of meaning and fulfillment. So that's number 2, is creating a vision that's an expression of your purpose. Third step is to identify your fuel source, which is your passion. And this is really understanding what lights you up, baby. What lights that fire under your butt that when times are tough, you can still get up and run. When times are great, you can sprint. And so it's finding and igniting, being able to ignite that passion within you, so that no matter what comes on this journey, that you are able to have a fuel source. You can have, what would be a good analogy? You can have your dream car, but with no gas in the tank, you're not going anywhere. You can have your dream home, but with no electricity or no running water, then you're probably not going to live there too long, because you're going to have to go elsewhere to get have light or have water. So your passion is really your source, your fuel source to get the engine moving, to, keep the lights on, to keep you moving forward. So without that clearly defined, specific to you, passion statement, you can really, really struggle when times are tough, right? When times are tough, it's I hear often, I lost my passion. I just don't have it in me anymore. Or, I'm just feeling really discouraged and down. And hey, those are all human emotions and we all go through them, but we don't want to get stuck there. We don't want to stay there to the point where we are self-sabotaging our truth. Being discouraged, having a rough day, having a rough week, having a rough month, that's normal. It comes with the territory of life. But the key, I believe, is that we don't allow it to deny us from our truth. And that it's okay to be sad. It's okay to be discouraged. It's okay to be down. But always with the understanding of this isn't where I need to live. It doesn't define me. It doesn't mean that I'm less than. Yeah, I had a disappointing day, or I had a disappointing, launch of my program and nobody signed up. Like, yeah, that's disappointing. It's discouraging. That's totally normal to feel those things. It's just recognizing that doesn't define you. That still means, okay, what did I learn from that? What other maybe thoughts or beliefs do I need to process through? Where might I be getting in my own way? And then beginning to get back into that alignment of, sprinting. So knowing really clearly what your passion is going to help you navigate when times are rough, and even more so when what is even more so fun, I guess, is when things are going well and you can just kick it into high gear and accelerate. That's always fun too. So, okay, so number 3 is really getting clarity on your fuel source, your passion. I'm doing these a little out of order, but that's all right. There's number 4. Actually, no, I'm gonna swap these two around because I want to. Number 4 is knowing your truth, which I kind of just alluded to just now, is knowing your truth. And in order to know your truth, before we can really hear and know and believe our truth, we usually have some untruths, some lies, some bogus stories that we need to destroy first. And what these are, I call them BS, your BS, which is your bogus stories. Your BS are lies that tell you why you can't do something, why it's too hard, why it's too risky, why you're not good enough. For those of you who are IPEC coaches in that coaching space, we call them gremlins. So these are the bogus story gremlins that tell us lies of why, basically at the end of the day, why we're not good enough, why it's not possible, it's too hard, it's too expensive, it's too risky. And here's what I know is that 1, it's not your truth, it's just a story. And 2 is that story has a hold on you. And if you don't destroy it, it will continue to have a hold on you and it will sabotage your success. You will not be able to create the success and the life that you really want as long as these stories have not just a hold on you, but like a choke hold on you, that they will prevent you from taking the necessary action, from talking to the people you need to talk to putting yourself out there. There will always be something else that comes up if you don't destroy these bogus stories, these lies. So the opposite. So 1 is to identify that story and destroy it, but how we best destroy it is by recognizing the truth and saying, that's a lie. That is not your truth. That's not your truth. That this is too hard. Come on. However many years you've been on this planet, living life is hard. If you've made it this far, you can truly build a business. You can truly achieve that goal in front of you. Come on, give yourself some credit. You are smarter than your mind lets you think. You're more brilliant and amazing than your mind lets you think. Come on. And so it's bringing that truth to light and saying, come on, that's totally a lie. That's not true. Is it hard? That's possible. But is it too hard is the difference, right? Too hard implies that it's bigger than you. Too hard implies that you're not resourceful enough to figure it out. BS, bogus story. You are smarter than your mind lets you think. You are more resourceful than your mind lets you think. And so we need to bring light. We need to bring truth to the forefront, because otherwise those bogus stories will control every movement, every action or inaction. They will control your life. So step 4 is really identifying what those bogus stories are and destroying them with the truth. And none of it works unless you do that step. What do you think about that, right? Give me some thumbs up. Give me some hearts. I'm guessing that you would agree with me that you and me, not just you, but me too, we are our own greatest obstacles. It's us that gets in our own way. Now, it's fun to blame other people, other things. It's fun to blame the economy. It's fun to kind of blame, but so-and-so won't support me. And that's tough. But that does not mean that you can't do this. That does not define your resourcefulness, your abilities, your capabilities. It's just a good bogus story. That's all it is. And so it's our time. It's our turn and time to stop buying into it. Stop drinking the Kool-Aid and let's wake up to the truth. The truth will set you free. And better yet, the truth acted upon will set you free. That's tweetable. Write that down. The truth acted upon will set you free. All right. So that's number 4. Number 5. Number 5 then is a plan, right? We have all this clarity now. What's your purpose? What's your passion? What's your plan? What's your vision? What's your truth? Sorry, let me say that again. Your purpose, your vision, your passion, and your truth. With those things, number 5 is we create a plan that's in alignment with all of that. Only then do we create the plan. You see what I see happen all the time too, is that people create the plan before having all of those other pieces in place. Now, I'm a true believer that WACC with action comes clarity, WACC with action comes clarity. And so if you're not totally clear on what your vision is, you're not totally clear, you're still kind of figuring out what your true purpose is. That's okay. But with action comes clarity. So put a plan in place for what you know now. And as you take action and as you get more clarity, you may expand or alter your vision. You may get more clarity on what your true purpose is. And so then you can adjust and tweak the plan or adjust and tweak what you're aligning yourself with. That's totally fine. That's life, right? But without that clarity, when you're putting a plan in place, then it's not attached. It's not anchored to anything. It's just the randomness of this and that and this and that because, that looks good. And look, they're making money over there. There's no anchoring to your purpose and vision and passion and truth. And that's where I think people get pulled in too many different directions. There's the shiny object syndrome going on because there's no anchoring. And so we try to anchor to somebody else's purpose and vision. We try to anchor to what somebody else's dream is. And that just creates for a lot of confusion. And then we're always looking outside of ourselves for the answers. The answers are within. Your blueprint for success is not what my blueprint for success is. They look totally different. So it requires you to clearly define your specific blueprint for success because that your plan is going to be in alignment with your uniqueness. none of our blueprints for success should look the same. Okay. So those are the 5 steps to creating your blueprint for success for yourself and for your clients and for others. But here's, and you probably are saying, okay, yeah, I do that. I do that with my clients. I help them find their purpose. I help them get clear on their vision. Yeah, that's what we do. Like, that's what I do. I'm a coach. That's what I do. Yes. And, and what I have seen a bit, so if this applies to you, what I've seen quite a bit is that, again, there's not the depth usually specifically with purpose, which again, that's the foundation to everything. So then that leads into just a lot of lack of clarity with the vision and the passion and the plan. So there's not enough depth. And then there's not this path, like a clearly defined path that you take them down to lay the foundation for their future success. Just like building that dream home. Like, if you don't have the blueprint designed and ready to build from, like, then you're building the living room over here and, oh, let's build the kitchen over here. And then it's kind of random, and there's not like a clearly laid out path and system to help somebody build the foundation of whatever their goal is, whatever it is they're trying to create. So that really is the other missing piece, or the gap that I see happen all the time. The thing that I see happen quite a bit is people do this from their head, not their heart. People, a lot of times, and I've seen coaches do this too, where they're working with their client and their client is answering all these questions from their head, not their heart. These answers are not in your head, they're in your heart. What your purpose is, what it looks like to create and be an expression of that purpose, what your passion is, what your truth is, that's like all in your heart and soul. And then when we put the plan together, now we get the head engaged. And now we get the head engaged to say, okay, let me get my tools out and we're going to build this thing. And what does it look like? What do I need to do to build it? And that's when we engage more of the mind and of the head. But this pre-work is really a soul work, not head work. And so I see that a lot as well. The other thing that I see happen is where coaches will, and it's true coaching. So don't be hating on me when I say this. True coaching is to show up for the client and let the client lead the sessions, right? Not to have an agenda, but let the client completely, we go where they want to go. We go where they take us, right? That's like true coaching. And what I know and you know about personal development, human behavior, is that and even just about like psychology, is that if someone doesn't have a sense of purpose, if someone doesn't have clarity on the direction of where they're going from A to B, what that B is, if they don't even know what A is, right? If they're just kind of somewhere randomly trying to go somewhere else randomly, if they don't have that clarity, I believe it's our job as a coach to give them a system, to give them a path to go down. They're coming to us because they don't know. They don't know where to go. They don't know where to start. They don't know. Sometimes they don't even know what they want. And so it's our job as a coach. Yes, I do think you need to have an agenda to help, an agenda meaning a system and a path on how you help them find the clarity in this area, how you help them find the clarity in setting this foundation to the goal that they're trying to achieve. So not like just going in with like the true coaching hat of not having an agenda. I think we need to marry that with a system. We need to marry that with an approach to helping somebody really like strategically yet purposefully and just totally in alignment with their heart and soul and their mind, help them achieve that goal. We need to have a system for that. Otherwise, And maybe give me some thumbs up if you've struggled with this, because I have. I'm saying this not to like judge anybody or say, hey, you do this as a coach. I'm saying this because I've struggled with this when in the beginning, working with my coaching clients and just kind of letting them take me where they want to take me. I found I was doing a disservice to them by not helping them set the foundation to where they were going. And this system, this Blueprint for Success system, does exactly that. It gives them a system, a path, a very strategic and purposeful path to laying the foundation for where they are headed. And without the foundation, you're just this lot of randomness. It's scattered. It's expensive, it's exhausting, it's time consuming, it's overwhelming, it's stressful because we're doing a little bit of this and this and that, and it's more of a zigzag approach. And again, life is already going to give us enough zigzags. We can maybe help reduce, we want to eliminate, but we'll reduce some of the zigzags by really getting clear on what that foundation is, and for ourselves and for our clients. And like I said in the beginning of this training, is I do this every single day in my own life and with all of my clients. It always, always, always goes back to what is your purpose? What is your vision? What does it look like to be an expression of your purpose? How do we ignite your passion, your fuel source, so that you can go run, you can sprint? How do we highlight and light up your truth? How do we get those bogus stories out of the way? And then what's your plan? What's the next action step that you're going to take that's in alignment with it? I use it every single day with myself and with my clients. So this system is really what I've designed to be my Blueprint for Success system. And it is it's a workshop. And so here's where I'm going to share a little bit more with you about what it looks like for you to incorporate this system. Again, why you need it so much, it's so important, and how it can save you a ton of time, energy, and money by incorporating something that's already existing, that's already tried, true, and tested, that's already been getting transformational results for people all over the world. So I want to share with you my Blueprint for Success workshop, as well as more specifically, because most of you who are on this call this Facebook Live, this live stream, you're coaches, you're trainers. This is what you do every day. This is exactly what you help your clients do. And if I can save you some time, energy, and money by giving you a system, sharing my system with you, that it can help you be that much more effective and successful with your own clients. So let me share a little bit about it, specifically the licensing workshop, because again, you as coaches and trainers, it's one thing to go through it for yourself. It's another thing to be able to bring this out into the world and help others do the same. So before I get all excited and into this, let me just check if there are any questions that I missed because I was so excited. Okay, awesome, Rachel. Yes, she said this is so helpful. It's something I've struggled with as a coach. Whew, what a relief to hear you say this. Yes. You're welcome. Awesome. Yes, Rachel, again, your heart is where it's at. Yes. That's right, Nina. The truth acted upon will set you free. For sure. Let me see what else. Yep, Sonia likes that one as well. Awesome. Well, great comments. Thank you guys so much. Loving. Number 5, Tracy. Number 5 is the plan. So number 5 is having a strategically aligned plan. When I say strategically aligned, it's having a plan that's in alignment with your purpose, your vision, your passion. It's in alignment with your truth. And so then you design a strategic plan to build it, to act on it, to not just have this foundation in place, but let's build the house. Let's build the dream house. So we need a plan for that. But it needs to be in alignment with our blueprint. It needs to be in alignment with the dream home, right? The blueprint is going to show us what we need to do to build the dream house. So number 5 is the plan. Okay, so let me talk with you if what I'm saying is resonating with you, and you're saying to yourself like, oh, I need a system. I need this plan. This is exactly what I'm going to help my clients do. Or maybe you're saying this is exactly what I need, for myself or for yourself. Then I want to invite you to come to my Blueprint for Success licensing workshop. And what this licensing workshop is, it's been 4+ years running this workshop of taking people through these 5 steps in great depth. Remember, right when I said at the beginning, this is not surface work. This is heart, soul work. There's tremendous depth. And what I've shared with you today is just giving you a taste of really what each and every one of these steps does. We actually spend an 8-hour day. So this is less than an hour going through all 5. We actually spend an 8-hour day going through all 5 of these. So we go really deep. There's a lot of depth into each of these steps that I walk you through in this workshop. And again, for you to come and get licensed as a facilitator, that you can do this workshop and take your own clients through it. You're going to get the whole system of how to take somebody else through this workshop. And mind you, as I'm sharing this with you, I have it designed in a workshop format, but you can deliver this one-on-one. You can deliver this in a 6-7 week masterclass, mastermind group format. We have facilitators. We have over 220 facilitators all over the world, and they deliver it in multiple formats: one-on-one, workshop format, as well as like a masterclass format. So, when I say workshop, don't think that if you're thinking, well, I don't really do workshops, or, I don't know, I really work with people one-on-one. Well, you can use this one-on-one. Like I said, I use this every single day in my life and with my clients. So this workshop, it's an 8-hour day where we go in great depth through the 5 steps that I just shared with you today. And I show you, this is actually a 2-day licensing training, but I show you exactly how to facilitate, how to coach each of these 5 steps so that you really can take your client on a deep journey of getting this clarity and direction and discovery from each of those steps. The great value in these 5 steps, and it's all laid out for you, it's laid out in an 8-hour day. What I've also learned in the beginning of building my business is that it's a lot of work to create like a transformational experience. It's a lot of work to create content or even gather content from all the places that you're learning from and that you're certified in, and all the material you have access to. That it's a lot of work. It's expensive. And the lot of work implies that it's time consuming to really create a tried, true, and tested system that works. There's a lot of tweaking and adjusting there. Then once you actually get it, then there's a lot of branding and marketing that goes into play. Where's my, I think it's on my desk. Where did I put my workbook? Hold on 1 second. Where is it? Okay, it is. Sorry, I wanted to show you just how beautiful the branding is for this workshop. This is the workbook, and it's just beautiful. You would have your name here at the bottom and your facilitator seal. But I mean, this is a 8-hour day, an 8-hour workshop, or like I said, can be turned into a one-on-one coaching contract as well. But there's a lot, if you're thinking, no, I can do this on my own. No, I want to create my own workshop. I want to create my own content. I'm just letting you know, it's a lot of work. And once you have it created, that, branding it and packaging it is quite a bit of work as well. And it's not to imply that you can't do that work. It's not to imply that you don't want to do that work. And actually, I encourage you to do it. However, in the beginning, when you're usually in their first couple of years of business, and maybe you don't have all of that experience yet in packaging a workshop together, in creating something truly transformational. And so it's going to might take you years to really get to that point of having something. And that's totally okay. And I encourage it for you to be building your own content. But in the time being, in meanwhile, why not have something that's already packaged for you, already done for you, been tried, true, and tested, over 600 people have gone through, and is transformational and gets your clients results, can save you some time, energy, and money now as you're still building your own stuff, right? So, this workshop is designed to be transformational for yourself and for your clients, but it's also designed to help you save time, energy, and money while you're building your business, to help you get out there and make some money now. Start working with clients now. You don't need to wait until a couple of years later, after you've designed your workshop and your programs and you've packaged it and you've branded it and you've had the fun, made the funds, earned the funds to pay for all of that. Why not? It's already done for you. So that's really what, becoming a Blueprint for Success licensed facilitator is really equipping you with a done for you workshop in a box that's tried, true, and tested. And we give you everything from that 8-hour day. I know some of you on this watching here, you are Blueprint for Success facilitators. So give me some thumbs up if you love this program, what it's done for you, because, this is something that, again, we just save you so much. I'm going to say that over and over, time, energy, and money, which I think for many of us, building a business is extremely valuable to each and every one of us to have. And again, our greater purpose of really wanting to create transformation for our clients, it's totally in alignment with your purpose of wanting to be that change agent in someone else's life, for you wanting to help somebody see their potential and design a life and a business or career that's in alignment with their purpose. That's what this is. That's what this is. That's what this workshop really is. If you take what I just shared with you in this hour, the 5 steps, you take that and you put it on steroids, that's what the workshop is. And that's what you get licensed in to bring to your own clients. And it's all packaged, all done for you. We give you the workbook. You get to, right here in the front, there's my picture. But you put your picture in there and you put your logo in there. So you really get to, there's a level of customization that you get to make it your own. But it's truly a transformational tool that will get your clients results. It will get your clients specifically clarity and direction on what they need to do to get to their point B, if they're at their point A, to help them get to their point B. It's a great foundation. As I said earlier, it's the foundation to anybody and everybody's goal or dream. So it's truly, truly a transformational tool that can help you with serving your clients in a really, really big way. So just to give you a little snapshot of what you all get, you get the workbook. We have a facilitator guide that goes with it. We have workshop slides that go with it if you're that kind of person that likes slides. We have, and I printed them out right here, we have over 4 pages, and I'm going to read a couple of them to you in a second, but we have over 4 pages of testimonials from workshop participants that have gone through the workshop and have given their testimony on how powerful it is. And we give this to you. We give you 4 pages of testimonials because I know a lot of times when we're doing something new, and if we haven't taken somebody through it yet, we need testimonies, right? We need social proof of how powerful it really is. And so we've put together for you 4 pages of testimonies that are sharing how transformational this workshop is. And so, let me read a couple of them too, because they're really good. So Felix Mack, he says, Blueprint for Success helped me uncover my true purpose and passion. The facilitation of the workshop was done exceptionally, and I feel confident in my ability to help and add value to others with what I have learned. Lori Pruitt says, wow, more than ever, I realize that I am a work in progress. It's not just the amazing content in this workshop, but the process of discovery has taken me to a new level of awareness. It's what motivates me, and a new level of awareness in what motivates me and holds me back. Here's to a brand new way. That's right, Lori. Chuck Goad says, wow, what a life-changing experience. I laughed, I cried, but most of all, I released what was holding me back. And now I have a plan to make my dreams my reality. So awesome. And I could go on and on. There's 4 pages here of those testimonies. But so you get those 4 pages of testimonies. We give you a full resource guide of everything that it takes to run this workshop. And again, you don't need to do it in a workshop. You could do it one-on-one, and therefore you may not need, to buy all the things that you need in a workshop. But we give you all of that. We give you all the digital branding files. So, if you want to add any of these images, any of the branding work, if you want to add it to your website, to your Facebook page, to even just for print, to make banners or flyers, we give you all of the digital files for creating templates, banners, basically anything that goes with your branding. As well as we record the whole training. So you get a copy of the recording as well. So if you ever want to refer back to the training, you can always go back and watch the recording and have just like lifetime access to that training. There's more, but just to honor your time, I just want to keep going here with what a few other things are of how this might be of real benefit to you. So you might also be thinking, okay, this sounds really good. Okay, but what does this look like? And what if I have other questions? Well, what's really cool too is not only are you going to get a recording of the training, so you'll have that forever as long as it's up on the internet on our site, but you're also going to get 2 support calls after that. So those support calls are specifically to really help you answer any questions of what does this look like for you to implement. If you have any questions about the content or about any of the, the 5 steps, it's really for you. Any support that you need, you'll get 2 follow-up support calls that will walk you through any additional questions that you have. And not to mention, we have a really, really awesome community that is is so supportive. And so that access to me, to my team, to the rest of the community, I mean, if you have questions, you're going to be able to get them answered because we just have a really, really great community as well as that additional access to me. So here's what I want to encourage you to do is I'm going to encourage you to, if anything that I shared with you today is of interest, I'm going to encourage you. I'm not going to encourage you. I'm going to tell you to go to bfsworkshop.com. That's BFS, B as in boy, F as in Frank, S as in success, bfsworkshop.com. I'll put the link in here. But I'm going to encourage you to go out to that site and check it out. All the details are there. If you want to enroll right away, go ahead. And here's what I'm going to say as far as just a deadline is this is the very first time that I'm going to be doing this workshop virtually. Yes, no travel, no hotel, out of the comfort of your own home that I'm going to be walking you through this workshop and the training, the facilitator training of this workshop. So if you would like to be in our next workshop, which is May 4th and 5th. So May 4th is going to be the workshop itself. May 5th is going to be then the facilitator training that walks you through how to facilitate this, as well as how to market it, how to do your event planning, how to fill your room. Walk you through that on the second day. So that's May 4th and 5th. But here's the deal. I'm going to ship to you all the workshop materials. And if you want those physical materials, you need to sign up by April 23rd. That is Monday, next Monday, just a couple days away. But that's if you want, you can still sign up after that. But you need to sign up by then if you want the physical materials in time for the actual workshop on May 4th and 5th, because I'm going to ship them all to you. Okay. So April 23rd is your deadline to enroll to get your materials in advance of the workshop. All right. So bfsworkshop.com, go check it out. And you'll see everything laid out there for you of basically summarizing a little bit of what I just shared with you here today in your free training. It's going to walk you through what it looks like, what it looks like to become a facilitator, what you all get as a licensed facilitator, and then what the 2-day licensing training looks like. Okay. So I am super grateful to all of you for sticking with me and here for this training. Hopefully it was beneficial and helpful to you. Give me some hearts or some thumbs up if it was. Oh, Carol, BFS. I know. So B as in boy, S as B. I'm sorry, BF. B as in boy, F as in Frank, and S as in success. BFS workshop.com. I'll put the link in here. But thanks for asking, Carol. Let's see. Are there any other questions when I went through the workshop? Oh yeah, here. What is Sonia saying? I love it. Sonia is saying, when I went through the workshop with Melissa and Scott, I knew it was for me. It was so transformational for me that the value it gave me, I should add that kind of value to others. Yes, right? Well, that's really what, if you go through the workshop, you're going to go through it and be like, oh my gosh, I cannot not give this to everybody else. Like, this is a huge gift to give to other people, to give specifically, to your clients. The idea here is that this is an income stream for your business. The idea here is that this is something you charge for in your business, with your clients. So, obviously you can go through it just for yourself and keep it to yourself, but why? And especially if you're a coach and a trainer and you're looking to be profitable, then we want to share it. We want to create an income stream for ourselves and for our clients. So just as Sonia said that, she went through it and that she knew that it was for her and it was for her to share with her clients. Thank you, Sonia, for sharing that. Awesome. Let's see, what is Gail saying? She said, I made my initial investment back plus 2. Yeah. Plus she went through 2 refresher, BFS workshops that she attended. So that's the great thing about this is that, you're probably going to make your investment back in just a couple of workshops. The investment is really not that high, and it's the gift that keeps on giving because you get to use your license, forever and make money, make a profit from that. Thank you, Gail, for that. Awesome. Oh yeah, here Sonia's just saying too. Yeah, so much work was put into the workshop for sure. And that was important as I built this and as I made it a licensing product, was that it's saving you time, energy, and money. That's really the point, is that this is making your life easier, not harder. Yeah, and David, he says, I'm happy that I'm enrolled in your next one. I'm so excited to have you at our next workshop training, David. Yay. So cool. All right. Well, thank you again so much. I appreciate all of you. Again, if you have any questions, you just let me know. Share this video. Oh, let me just say this. If you are already an existing Blueprint for Success licensed facilitator, you can come back to the training. We actually have a really extremely discounted price that you can come back as an alumni, as a refresher, to come through the workshop again. I'd love, more than love to have you again. So check out the details to come back as an alumni and go through it again. The power of this. I don't need to explain that to you. So hopefully we'll see many of you alumni as well. So go out to bfsworkshop.com. If you have any questions, let me know. Share this video if you liked it. Even if just the lesson itself, you liked it, share it, let others know about it. If you know other coaches, other trainers, other speakers that could benefit from helping their clients find a greater sense of purpose, passion, vision, having a plan, knowing their truth, getting out of their own way and their bogus stories, share this with them. I would love to have them join our BFS family. So thank you again. Mwah. I love you. Big hearts. And I'll see you soon. All right. Bye.